All right, Kirk. Thank you, sir. I got one. I'm good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think of that? How about a big round of applause for Think Agile, Think Systems, new brands? And obviously with that comes a big round of applause for Kirk Skaugen, my boss. So we better give him a big round of applause, please. I need to stay employed. It's very important. All right, now you just heard from Kirk about some of the new systems, the brands. How about we have a quick look at the video which shows us the brand new DCG images.
Legacy thinking is dead, stuck in the past, selling the same old stuff over and over. So then why does it seem like the data center, you know, that thing powering all our little devices and more or less every interaction today, is still stuck in legacy thinking? Because it's rigid, inflexible, slow. But that's not us. We don't do legacy, we do different. Because different is fearless. Different reduces cloud deployment from days to hours. Different creates agile technology that others follow. Different is fluid. It uses water cooling technology to save energy. It co-innovates with some of the best minds in the industry today. Different is better, smarter. Maybe that's why Different already holds so many world record benchmarks in everything, from virtualization to database and application performance, or why it's #1 in reliability and customer satisfaction. Legacy sells you what they want. Different builds the data center you need without locking you in. Introducing the Data Center Group at Lenovo. Different is better.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause once again for Lenovo DCG. Fantastic, and I'm sure all of you would agree, and Kirk mentioned it a couple of times there, no legacy means a real consultative approach to our customers, and that's something that we really feel is differentiated for ourselves. We are effectively now one of the largest startups in the DCG space, and we are very much ready to disrupt. Now here in New York City, obviously the heart of the fashion industry, and much like fashion, as I mentioned earlier, we're different, we're disruptive, we're agile, smarter and faster. I'd like to say that about myself, but unfortunately I can't. But those of you who have observed, you may have noticed that I too have transformed, right? I don't know if anyone saw that. I've transformed from the pinstripe blue, white shirt, red tie look of the, shall we say, our predecessors who owned the x86 business to now a very Lenovo look, no tie, and consequently a little bit more chic New York sort of fashion look, shall I say. Nothing more than that. So anyway, a bit of a transformation. It takes a lot to get to this look, by the way. There's a lot of effort. All right. So our next speaker, Christian Teismann, is going to talk a lot about the core business of Lenovo, which really has been, as we've mentioned today, our ThinkPad. 25-year anniversary this year. It's going to be a great celebration inside Lenovo. And as we get through the year and we get closer and closer to the date, you'll see a lot more social and digital work that engages our customers, partners, analysts, etc. when we get closer to that birthday. Customers just generally are a lot tougher on computers. We know they are, whether you're hanging onto it between meetings from the corner of the notebook, and that's why we have magnesium chassis inside the box, or whether you're just dropping it or hypothetically doing anything else like that. We do a lot of robust testing in these products, and that's why it's the #1 branded notebook in the world. So Christian talks a lot about this, but I thought instead of having him talk, I might just do a little impromptu jump backstage, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So follow me for a second. I'm going to jump this way. I know a lot of you would have seen, obviously, the front of house here, what we call the front of house, lots of videos, etc. But I don't think many of you would have seen the back of house here. So I'm going to jump through the back here. Hang on one second. And you'll see us when we get here. Okay, let's see what's going on backstage right now. You can see one of the team here in the backstage is obviously working on their keyboard. Fantastic, let me tell you, this is one of the key value props of this product. Obviously still working, lots of coffee all over it, spill-proof keyboard, one of the key value propositions and why this is the #1 laptop brand in the world. Congratulations there, well done to that. Obviously, we test these things, height, distances, mil-spec approved. Once again, fantastic product. Pick that up. Lovely. Absolutely resistant to any height or drops. Once again, in line with our mil-spec. This is Charles. our producer and director at Backstage for the absolute event. You can see, once again, sand. Coincidentally, in Manhattan, who would have thought a snowstorm was occurring here? But you can throw sand. We test these things for all of the elements. I've obviously been pretty keen on our development solutions, having lived in Japan for 12 years. We had this originally designed in 1992 by Arimasa Naito. He's still our Chief Development Officer, still today. Fantastic. Congratulations, a sand-enhanced notebook. You'd love that. All right, let's get back out front and on with the show. Watch the coffee. All right, let's rock. All right, how was that? Not too bad. Wasn't very impromptu at all, was it? Not at all a setup. I don't know how many people have events and have a bag of sand sitting on the floor right next to a notebook. I don't know. All right, now it's time, obviously, to introduce our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope I didn't steal his thunder, obviously, in my conversations just now that you saw backstage. He's one of my best friends in Lenovo and easily is a great representative of our legendary PC products and solutions that we're putting together for all of our customers right now. And having been an expat with Lenovo in New York, really calls this his second home and is continually fighting with me over the fact that he believes New York has better sushi than Tokyo. Let's welcome, please, Christian Teismann, our SVP Commercial Business Segment and PC Smart Office. Christian Teismann, come on up, mate.
You really stole all my thunder. So, Rod, thank you very much for this wonderful introduction. Not sure how much there is to add at what you have seen already backstage, but I think there is a 25-year of history I will touch a little bit on, but also a very big transformation. But first of all, again, welcome to New York. As Rod said, it's my second home, but it's also a very important place for the ThinkPad, and I will come back to this later. The ThinkPad is the industry standard of business computing. It's an industry icon. We're celebrating 25 years this year, like no other PC brand has done before. But this story today is not looking back only. It's a story looking forward about the future of PC, and we see a transformation from PCs to personalized computing. I'm privileged to lead the commercial PC and smart device business for Lenovo, but much more important beyond product, I also are responsible for customer experience. And this is what really matters on an ongoing basis. But allow me to stay a little bit longer with our iconic ThinkPad and the history of the last 25 years. ThinkPad has always stand for two things, and it always will be. Highest quality in the industry and technology innovation leadership that matters. That matters for you and that matters for your end users. So now let me step back a little bit in time. As Rod was showing you, as only Rod can do, reliability is a very important part of ThinkPad's story. ThinkPads have been used everywhere and done everything. They've survived fires and extreme weather, and they keep surviving your end users. For 25 years, they've been built for real business. ThinkPad also has a legacy of first in innovation. There are so many firsts over the last 25 years, we could spend an hour talking about them. But I just want to cover a couple of the most important milestones. So first of all, the ThinkPad 1992 has been developed and invented in Japan on the base design of a bento box. And it was designed by the famous industrial designer Richard Zappa. Did you also know that the ThinkPad was the first commercial notebook flying into space? In '93, we traveled with the space shuttle the first time. And for 2 decades, ThinkPads were on every single mission. Did you know that the ThinkPad Butterfly, the iconic ThinkPad that opens the keyboard to its size, is the first and only computer showcased in the permanent collection of the Museum of Modern Art, right here in New York City. 10 years later, in 2005, IBM passed the torch to Lenovo, and the story got even better. Over the last 12 years, we sold over 100 million ThinkPads, 4 times the amount IBM sold in the same time. Many customers were concerned at that time, but since then, the ThinkPad has remained the best business notebook in the industry, with even better quality, but most important, we kept innovating. In 2012, we unveiled the X1 Carbon. It was the thinnest, lightest, and still most robust business PC in the world. Using advanced composited materials like a Formula One car for super strength, X1 Carbon has become our ThinkPad flagship since then. And we've added an X1 Carbon Yoga, a 360-degree convertible, an X1 Carbon tablet, a detachable, and many new products to come in the future. And over the last few years, many new firsts have been focused on providing the best end-user experience. The first dual-screen mobile workstation, first Windows business tablet, and the first business PC with an OLED screen technology. But history is important, but a massive transformation is on the way. Future success requires us to think beyond the box, think beyond hardware, think beyond notebooks and desktops, and to think about the future of personalized computing. Now, why is this happening? Well, because the business world is rapidly changing. The great looking back on history that YY gave, and the acceleration of innovation and how it changes our everyday life in business and in personal, is driving a massive change also to our industry. But most important, because you are changing faster than ever before. Human capital is your most important asset. And today's generation, they want to have freedom of choice. They want to have a product that is tailored to their specific needs every single day, every single minute when they use it. But also IT is changing. The cloud, constant connectivity, 5G will change everything. And artificial intelligence is adding things to the capability of an infrastructure that we just can starting to imagine. Let me talk about the workforce first, because it's the most important part what drives this. The millennials will comprise more than half of the world's workforce in 2020, 3 years from now. Already 1 out of 3 millennials is prioritizing mobile work environment over salary. And for nearly 60% of all new hires in the United States, technology is a very important factor for their job search in terms of the way they work and the way they're empowered. This generation of new employees has grown up with PCs, with smartphones, with tablets, with touch, for their personal use and for their education use. They want freedom. Second, the workplace is transforming. The video you see here in the background, this is our North America headquarters in Raleigh, where we have a brand new smart workspace. We have transformed this to attract a new generation of workers. It has fewer traditional workspaces, much more meeting and collaborative spaces. And Lenovo, like many companies, is seeing workspaces getting smaller. An average workspace per employee has decreased by 30% over the last 5 years. Employees are increasingly mobile, but if they come to the office, they want to collaborate with their colleagues. And the way we collaborate and communicate is changing. Investment in new collaboration technology is exploding. The market of collaboration technologies is exceeding the market of personal computing today. And it will grow in the future. Conference rooms are being reimagined from a ratio of 50 employees to one large conference room. Today, we are moving into scenarios of 4 employees to 1 conference room. And these are huddle rooms, pioneer spaces. And technology is everywhere. Video, mega screens, audio, electronic whiteboards, adaptive technologies are popping up and change the way we work. And as I said earlier, the pace of the revolution is astonishing. So personalized computing will transform the PC we all know. And there's a couple of key factors that we are integrating in our next generations of PC as we go forward. So the most important trends that we see, first of all, choose your own device. We talked about this new generation of workforce, employees who are used to choosing their own device. We have to respond and offer devices that are tailored to each end user's needs without adding complexity to how we operate them. PC as a service. Corporations increasingly are looking for on-demand computing in data center as well as in personal computing. Customers want flexibility, a tailored management solution, and a services portfolio that completes the life cycle of the device. Agile IT. Even more important, corporations want to run an infrastructure that is agile, instant respond to their end customer needs, that is self-provisioning, self-diagnostic, and remote software repair. Artificial intelligence. Think about artificial intelligence for you personally as your personal assistant. A personal assistant which does understand you, your schedule, your travel, your next task, an extension of yourself. We believe the PC will be the center of this mobile device universe. Mobile device synergy. Each of you have 2 devices or more with you. They need to work together, across different operating systems, across different platforms. And we believe Lenovo is uniquely positioned as the only company who has a smartphone business, a PC business, and an infrastructure business to really seamlessly integrate all of these devices for simplicity and for efficiency. Augmented reality. We believe augmented reality will drive significantly productivity improvements in commercial business. The core will be to understand industry-specific solutions, your processes, your business challenges, to improve things like customer services and sales. Security will remain the foundation for personalized computing. Without security, without trust in the device integrity, this will not going to happen. One of the most important trends, I believe, is that the PC will transform as always connected and always on, like a smartphone. Regardless if it's open, if it's closed, if you carry it, or if you work with it, it always is capable to respond to you and to work with you. 5G is becoming a reality, and the data capacity that will be out there is by far exceeding today's traffic imagination. And finally, smart office. Delivering flexible and collaborative work environments, regardless on where the worker sits, fully integrated and leverages all the technologies we just talked before. These are the main challenges you and all of your CIO and CTO colleagues have to face today. A changing workforce and a new set of technologies that are transforming PC into personalized computing. Let me give you a real example of a challenge.